The 2024 election cycle is coming to a close, and there's been an insane amount of twists and turns that have occurred during its course. Joe Biden's ever-decaying brain cells got bitch-smacked by Nancy Pelosi.
Over the next 6 months, I'll be focused on doing my job as president.
And what he meant by that is doing this.
Now, and word tonight that the U.S. is sending an anti-missile defense system to Israel and deploying 100 U.S. troops to operate it.
Kamala picked a VP running mate that resembled something like an actually decent person.
Tim Walz signed an executive order providing legal protection to those who come to Minnesota for gender-affirming health care. As we speak, work is underway to put infrastructure in place after Governor Walz signed the recreational marijuana bill into law.
It is now law.
And Governor Tim Walz this afternoon at about 1:15 p.m. signs into law one of the Democrats' top priorities for the 2023 session, free school breakfast and lunch for all Minnesota students, regardless of income.
Donald Trump got a free ear piercing and nobody cared. J.D. Vance totally fucked that couch.
If he's willing to get off the couch and show up.
Despite the radical changes that have happened, the Democratic Party still barely seems any closer to accomplishing victory. Donald Trump is arguably the most divisive and least liked politician that has ever ran. Defeating him without the shackles of a walking corpse should be a cakewalk. In this current situation, Kamala needs every vote she can get. So why isn't she getting the vote of people like me, who have always historically voted Democrat, who are against Donald Trump, and who have a vested interest in America shifting further left? Let's start with what she's saying wrong. Kamala Harris has some of the most dog shit messaging I've ever seen.
For the small business leaders who are here, can you raise your hand? Our small business leaders are extraordinary.
About saying that when you invest in small businesses, you invest in the middle class, and you strengthen America's economy. Small businesses are part of the backbone of America's economy.
So right now, the tax deduction for startup companies for small businesses is $5,000. I'm growing it to $50,000.
So I was raised as a middle-class kid, and I am actually the only person on this stage who has a plan that is about lifting up the middle class. We know that young families need support, but there was a woman who helped raise us. We call her our second mother. She was a small business owner. I love our small businesses.
It seems to me like every other word out of Kamala's mouth is either family, small business owner, or middle class. I'm sure that messaging hits a broad spectrum of people, but people like me aren't in any of those classes. Kamala is doing nothing to speak to the lower class people who have been oppressed by America's economy. She is not speaking to the people who have not been able to acquire a home, nor a family, nor especially a small business. It's really nice that she wants to reach out a hand and help people who already have a foothold, but she's doing nothing for the people on the bottom who can't get on that wall. A far cry from the communist that Donald Trump accuses her of being. You know, and this is just the start, too. Like, she's dog shit messaging on so many other things. Like, now she's pivoting right-wing on immigration. And then, of course, there's this beautiful nugget.
As Commander-in-Chief, I will ensure America always has the strongest, most lethal fighting force in the world.
Seriously, what the fuck was that? That was insane. But, you know, I think truly what she has lost me on, and many other people, is one simple fucking issue. One very small issue, and it's not about what she is saying, but more specifically, mostly about what she is not saying. Can you guess what that might be? I'll give you a little hint.
He intends to cut Social Security and Medicare. He intends to surrender our fight against the climate crisis, and he intends to end the Affordable Care Act. You know what? If you want Donald Trump to win, then say that, otherwise I'm speaking.
Yes, but of course, the one issue that everyone was hoping that she would definitely differ from with Joe Biden, Palestine and supporting Israel. She has shown very clearly that she has no interest in helping the Palestinian people and only really truly wants to help the state of Israel.
I will always stand up for Israel's right to defend itself.
I've said it many times, but it bears repeating.
Israel has a right to defend itself.
On top of all this, of course, they refused to have anyone from Palestine speak at the DNC, instead choosing to have police officers show up.
My job is to protect people.
Instead of making any meaningful leftist messaging, all that she has decided to do is court conservatives.
That we have this fight, and I want to thank you, Liz Cheney, for reminding us that regardless of party affiliation, is a factor that binds us all.
One shred of hope that we had, Tim Walz, has been corrupted by Kamala. Where we thought we had this Santa Claus-like figure, we learned no, even Santa can be put in chains.
Let's keep in mind where this started. October 7th, Hamas terrorists massacred over 1,400 Israelis and took prisoners. Israel's ability to be able to defend itself is absolutely fundamental. Getting its hostages back, fundamental, and ending the humanitarian crisis in Gaza. But the expansion of Israel and its proxies is an absolute fundamental necessity for the United States to have the steady leadership.
Yeah, you heard that right. He said expansion, not defense, expansion. And it's for these reasons that I have chosen at this current point in time not to vote for Kamala. Now, there's still time. She could choose to win me over if she wants to do some proper messaging. But I am increasingly losing hope that that's going to happen. Something tells me overnight she's not just gonna magically decide to go out and do the right thing. This is a game of numbers, and pushing some pro-Palestine messaging would bring more people into the fray than it would push away. And this even goes with my previous point about the people that aren't in that middle-class family dynamic. Guess who is in that dynamic and has also shown they are incredibly pro-Palestine and is also of voting age? College students. There was massive protests for Palestine on these college campuses, showing there is a number of young people that are passionate and ready to take action. But if Kamala is not going to message to them, if Kamala is going to vote like a conservative, then someone like me, who has policies against voting for conservatives, can't conscionably vote for her. With that, thank you guys for watching the video. Sorry I've been gone for a while and look like this again. Big things, big movements, still gay. Well, bye, but... sorry I've been away for so fucking long. I don't intend on taking that big of a break. Part of the reason that I wasn't making content is I was kind of ashamed of the quality levels, like the video and the audio, and as you can see, I've rectified that. Please drop me a like, drop me a subscribe, maybe go check out my Twitch channel. I want to try to do that more regularly. And, yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and please stop by.